我也去过中国好几次。我在上海的时候参加一个基督教的礼拜，我在那边的时候，我看到很多人到那边去做礼拜，但是他们不敢彼此讲话，他们进来离开都没有什么关系，跟别人都没有什么关系，跟牧师不敢讲话，跟我纽西兰完全不一样。他们没有自由，他们在那边自由是非常限制的。I realize there are a number of English speakers here, so I'd just like to say a few words about China and my experience of China and look at what I feel is the way forward. As a Christian minister, I know that in China, the Christian church is very much repressed, just like Falun Gong. And the church there is very limited in what it can do. And I was just saying in the church in Shanghai that I visited, the church was very closed. Closed not in the sense the doors weren't open, but closed in the sense that no one dared speak to anyone else. And what you see there is an increasing repression of the church, an increasing atmosphere of fear. To express a belief, whether it's Falun Gong belief or practice or Christian belief, is very much limited and controlled. And that's against all principles of humanity. As Christians and as practitioners of Falun Gong and as people who believe in the importance of interaction, this is something that's inhumane. And over the years, there are many stories of Christian people who've stood up to their faith and have been imprisoned and in jail for a long periods of time. But there is hope. Over the last few years, since 1989, we're at St Andrews, which is up on the top of Simon Street, with bottom Simon Street, there's a stone. And that stone is a memorial to the victims of Tiananmen. Some of them were Christian, some were people who believed faith, some were people who were there to support freedom and democracy and were calling for reform. Their cries have not gone unheard, and here in New Zealand we still have a place where we can go every June the 4th to remember them. And you know, I understand that in the Southern Hemisphere, that is the only place that there is a public memorial to the victims of Tiananmen. One of the problems of talking to Xi Jinping is that Xi Jinping does not debate anything. That the debate is always repressed. And as somebody who has a love affair, if I can put it that way, with Taiwan, I know there is no way that Taiwan and Xi Jinping can talk. And that's critical. And what we can best do is talk to each other, and what we best do is make sure that our communication here with each other is open and honest and clear and leads to peace and leads to a peaceful development of relationships. If we here can symbolize and can actualize true debate, true interaction, even though we don't necessarily agree with each other, we can give a sign, or be a sign, that development and reform is possible. We've just heard all that's happening in China with the repression of civil rights and what's happening with people there who practice Falun Gong, practice Christianity and stand up for human rights.